Hi everybody, this is Alan from theequitytraders.com, and I want to give you an idea of where the Asian, the UK and the US session is, where they start, where they end, how to measure them, how to look at them, and how to use that in your trading. Let's go right there. So I've got a chart, GBP USD, my favorite pair, in case you didn't know. And on this chart, I've basically gone and created the time zones by going to properties, going to time zone, putting it under London, clicking on session breaks, creating a solid line, making it nice and thick. I say okay, and these blue lines are basically splitting up the sessions for me. So if you look on a daily, you can't see nothing. If you look on the 4 hour, you'll be able to see how it breaks it down. And if you go into the 1 hour, this is a day. So what I'd like to do is go to a day, Monday, and I want to just give you an idea of how do I now go ahead and know where I am in the trade, where I am in the day, where I am in the cycle of the trade. So before I go too far, I want to give you just an idea on a full day so that you get an understanding of how the day works. 1 hour candle. So each one of these candles is 1 hour. If you go and count them, you'll find that there's 24 hours. Why? Because the day starts at 12 and it ends at 12. And if this is 1 hour, therefore it should be 24 candles. How many candles do I need to count to be able to know what is Asia, what is UK, and what is US? I'll tell you why I do that in a minute. So I go to the drawing and I go and I count 1 candle, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So it means that that is the low and that is the high, but that is the Asian session. That 8 hours, those 8 candles are what make up the Asian session. If the US is the last of the sessions, then it makes sense to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So it means then that that is the high and that is the low of the US session. Let's change the colors so that you can see it clearly. So if you then want to understand it better, you'll understand that this is the Asian session. Oh dear. The Asian session. This is the UK session. And this is the US session. So if you have a look at your day, this is the Asian session, this is the UK session, this is the US session. We know that basically 8 times 3 is 24. And those are the 3 sessions that we trade. So price in the Asian session opened there. Let's quickly mark it off so that we can see it clearly. The Asian session started there and the US session ended there. So the movement for the day was basically from there to there. Downward trend. Right? Downward trend. The high of the day, I will use a different color. Let's go bright pink. So that was the high of the day. In other words, that candle. The low of the day, I'm looking, was that candle. Isn't it amazing that the UK session sets the high of the day and the US session sets the low of the day? Not always the norm, but that is something that you'll pick up normally or generally happens. But the Asian session sets up the high or the low for the day. So if I clean that, I clean that, I clean that, and I clean that, when I trade, I look at, and let's use black, I use the Asian session as my opening high and my opening low for the day. And then I have a look. Is price within this range? Yes. Where would a good trade have been? A good trade would have been the break of the low, all the way down. You could have traded that. The retracement back to the high of the day is not easily seen. So I don't normally look for that. But what I do is I look for the breaks of the high or the low. Right, so let's, for example, go on to, this was Monday. Okay, so we'll put in Monday. Right, so that was Monday, right? And we'll make it a nice big Monday so you can see that's Monday. So the next day is Tuesday. It's 00. What does that mean? It's 12 o'clock at night. And that is, by the way, South African time. So if you are anywhere else in the world, you will have to go and look at your time in your country so that you can set it up for yourself. Doesn't matter what, the Asian session is the first 8-hour candles. Doesn't matter where you are in the world. First 8 candles are the Asian session. So I'm now 12 o'clock my time at night. It's basically the open of the Asian session. How many candles? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So what have I got? I've got the Asian open and close of the day. So yes, you're correct. I don't trade, I don't do anything until 8 o'clock in the morning. So there is my Asian session. What am I looking at? I'm saying that that is my high of the day and that is the low of the day in terms of my start. Right? Move that up just slightly. Right, there we go. So it's 8 o'clock in the morning. I'm having a look at the chart and I'm saying that this is the Asian session. I generally will go and I'll have a look at what is going on with price. And I'll notice that price moved from the low of the day yesterday to there. And I will notice that price moved from the high, which is up there. And I can see that there's a channel. I can see that price is in a downward trend. So price is not moving up. Price is moving down. Price is dropping. So would I be looking for buys? Not necessarily. I'll be looking for sells. Right. I then move on. And now it is 9 o'clock. So did price break that? Yes. But the candle was not of such a nature that the distance was so small, I wouldn't trade it. That's 9 o'clock. 10 o'clock, broken. I would have been in the trade. Remember, this is a 1 hour. So let me drop it down to a 15 minutes so that you can see. Oh dear, that just messed up my whole chart. So let's quickly go to the 15 minute. Had we have been in the 15 minute, price would have dropped and broken here. So what is the rule? The rule is price must drop, break, move up, the next candle must go down. And if that goes down, you're on a winning ticket. Okay? Because your next candle is, so price breaks, the candle next door was there, but it didn't break. Alright. Broke again. Did price close below that candle? No. Right. Price broke. Did the candle close below? No. Remember, green candles close on the top. Price broke. Did the candle close below? Yes. So theoretically, you would have entered here. Price would have retraced it, but remember your SL is here. Price would have retraced a little bit, and you would have done all the way all the way down. Then we look and we see that price is retracing back up. You could have traded up. But essentially, on the 1 hour, I'm now looking and I'm saying that your trade for Monday, for Tuesday, let's break it up a bit. Right. So what would we have done on Tuesday? On Tuesday, the candle just touched below. The next candle touched below. But do we trade this candle? No, we wait. That candle closed. If the next candle closes below, we know it's definitely a short. What happens? Yes, now we are in. We're in there. And candle went all the way down to there. So you would have closed at 1.3344. Candle reversed. And what do I call that from a market maker's point of view? I call it a stop hand. Everybody thinks I'm silly, but you know, that basically would work out to about 50 pips. Let's quickly work it out. 32 pips. Price goes down 32 pips, retraces back up because everybody's now trading down. So what does the market maker do? They want this stop losses. They want the volumes. They want liquidity. So what do? They push price back up again because they want to cancel your trade. Push price back up again, and then they'll drop it again. So before we go too far, before we get carried away here, so that is now 9, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock. So how many candles is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that's the London session, basically the 8 hours for the London session. So isn't it the next candle is going to be the US session? So I then go and take this and I'm going to put it there. And I'm going to say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Done for the day. What did price do here? Prices low was there. Prices high was there in the US session. So there is the Asian session. There's the Asian session, the UK session, and this is Tuesday. Oh my goodness, typing today. Right, so we go Asian session. Asian session is there. Oh dear, not that one. The UK session is there. US session is there. So we look at, that's Tuesday. Right, we know now what is the Asian, the UK, and the US session. Let's move on to Wednesday. What do we do? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let me just fix this one. Right, so that is the high of the day. Right, we know that's the Asian session, and we know this is going to be Wednesday. Can't even spell today. Righto. So that's the Asian session on a Wednesday. What do I like to do? You can do that as well. Where is price at 8 o'clock in the morning? So where is my wedge? My wedge shows me there, and my wedge shows me from there. Oh, so there's my low. So I have a session, Asian session, which has created a higher high than yesterday, and didn't break yesterday's low, but it created a higher high. This is creating an upward wedge.